get fired.
Welcome to an episode of Let's Get Fired Sports.
Sports
this episode's brought to you by White Claw. We left Vizzy.
Left them behind because they didn't have any at 7-Eleven. So back on the claw. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I was trying to figure out if John Krasinski had a Midwest emo band. I think that just the album's named John Krasinski. I don't think it has anything to do with him. I think it's just a photo of him.
Was it a reel that got you?
It was a TikTok about like someone's favorite subgenres of indie, and then it was like Midwest emo, and then it had a picture of John Krasinski in an album cover, and I was like, "What?"
I'll get you every time.
God always gets me,
dude. What a great name for an album,
John Krasinski.
Yeah, I like that,
dude. Yeah, it's yeah. So I'll check that out. Get back to you guys later.
So yeah, we thought it'd be cool if we talked about sports. There isn't a podcast. I am shocked with how many famous comedians have podcasts that there isn't, and so many comedians are into sports. There isn't a podcast of A-list comedians who talk about sports, and that would be fun. I would listen to that.
Do you consider MMA to be a sport?
Yeah, but it's just that specific.
I know.
There's what you don't.
No, I do. No, I'm just joking. It's just it is fun because that is the only sport Joe Rogan cares about.
But dude,
if you like MMA, then it's
someone brings
perfect.
up football on his podcast. He's coming back with MMA every time.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it too because I don't follow the sport, but I love the passion he has for it. So I would be like, that sounds nuts.
I want to follow MMA.
Sounds
also,
fun.
I used to. There was a time where I would watch. I remember I watched Holly Holman versus. Why can't I remember her name? Ronda Rousey. Remember she was killing everyone.
I remember that. Yeah, I did. When she got knocked out. This friend of mine who may have collapsed into sadness. We don't really know what happened to him, but because he won't talk to us anymore. But he just kept yelling, screaming, "Ronda Rousey got knocked the fuck out!" Over and over. Just kept screaming that.
It fucked up her psyche so bad she never won another fight.
Yeah, she was just dead.
And she was unstoppable.
Yeah, she was just the king bitch. Just doing her thing, and then that one, it is kind of dude, I'm actually fascinated with the sports psychology.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty wild because it's because obviously she's really good, and then you just choke everything.
Dude, I want to get into Russell Wilson's head. That's
you mean Mr. Unlimited?
Yeah, Mr.
Unlimited.
Dude, that
Mr. Unlimited.
Dude, he was still a Seahawk then, so I was like, that's cool.
Oh yeah, you have to convince yourself. No, it's okay. I understand.
He's not lame.
No, dude. We grew up Mormon, so I can wrap my head around it. And I'm like, no, it's actually very sick.
BYU. And you're oh, they do the haka before the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Joseph Smith, he's probably from New Zealand, right? None of it. But I'll just put whatever they want to do. That sounds good. Just if they're winning games, then you really don't give a shit. You say, hey man, have fun. Be Mr. Unlimited.
I mean, that was in Seattle. He only missed the playoffs once out of 10 years. So it was okay.
He was unlimited.
And the year that he missed the playoffs, still a winning record. It was 9-7. That was the worst year.
Yeah.
So it was good times.
No, it's you can't be mad. It's I can't imagine anyone in Boston condemns Tom Brady for kissing his kids on the lips. They're like, it's not like that. It's not like that.
That's where you got the magic.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, I think all these athletes, they need a little special sauce, the best ones. It's gonna come out that Patrick Mahomes is jerking off to My Little Pony, and all these Kansas State people are like, this fucking it's badass. I should try that. What am I missing out on?
Yeah, but Mahomes does it.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, dude. Also, I can't
wait. Can you imagine the amount? Can you imagine the amount of barbecue eating Kansas boys? Is it Kansas State? Is it in Missouri?
It's in Missouri.
Okay, sorry.
Well, it's all the same.
It's all the same. Of course, if you're from Kansas or Missouri, I have to imagine y'all
no,
Chiefs.
Yeah, they're
it's all the Chiefs. But anyways, whatever. But all those people is corn-fed big boys who are now maybe I should check out Taylor Swift. You know, she's actually not so bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes you do gotta shake it off.
Well, they were into Taylor Swift when she was country, and then they're like, she's dumb. She's not.
She's dumb, but even then, dude, that was also one of my favorite conspiracies that I think it was like Vivek was promoting, that like the Chiefs are they're gonna make them win the Super Bowl, and then Taylor Swift's gonna come down on the field and then declare that she's supporting Joe Biden to become president. They're like, that was the grand plan,
dude. Did he actually say that?
I think he actually said that.
Or was that TikTok?
No, I think it was.
I just can't imagine.
No,
out of all the people running and stuff, I thought Vivek was one of the less retarded ones.
Well,
so
you say less.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
But like, if you're like, Chris Christie said that, I'm like, that checks out.
Well, yeah. That
like, but that's why I'm like.
No. Okay, I can't read an article right now, but it's just what I remember hearing, and I just thought it was really funny because, didn't happen. But I mean, you got. I mean, I think I can't remember if this is before or after he said, I'm actually not going to run for president anymore.
Yeah, no, that after he decided he wasn't running.
He still got to keep his hand.
He couldn't
his iron in the fire.
Yeah, dude, he couldn't. Yeah, he didn't have a chance.
But so shout out to them and all these like dudes working out in a gym listening to Taylor.
Dude, I will say, did you watch the Netflix documentary Quarterback?
Yeah.
I feel like we are gonna have vastly different takes.
Let's go for it.
I liked Patrick Mahomes a lot after watching the documentary. Wasn't too big of a fan anymore. I just didn't.
I mean, he's like
I didn't like him. I'm not like he's a bad guy, he sucks, but I'm like, he's just not someone who like I'm like, oh, I'm really like, I really got sold on Kirk Cousins in the documentary.
No, I think a lot of people kind of changed their mind on Kirk because
I was like, Kirk Cousins, the man. I would love for him to play for Seattle.
What's fun about Kirk is he is just a fucking, like, he looks like an accountant, just like a swole accountant dad who's just can throw dimes.
And his wife like picks out all of his outfits.
And he's like, it's what she wanted. And it's like the worst outfits. Like she picks the worst clothes.
And then like the post game, like shirt off on the jet wearing the chains. Like, dude, he's the man. I love Kirk
Justin
Cousins.
Jefferson. Like they're all like hyping him up. And this dude, like he looks like he like his favorite day of the week is like Saturday morning going to Home Depot.
The whole locker room loves him.
It's like, I think he's just so, he can't be anything but not like Mormon white guy that like it's charming.
It's very charming.
And like when they say like a prayer before the game, it's like, okay, let's say a prayer. And like, or like dude, the scene that really made me love him is when he's like wearing all that like headgear with the wires going in. And he's like trying to like zap his brain into making good decisions. I was like, this guy's fun. And like the thing with like Patrick Mahomes, it's like,
well, I went into it being a bigger fan of Patrick Mahomes than Kirk Cousins.
I think it's like, because Kirk, it's like he's just more of a character. Like, he's more fun to watch because you're like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Also, I loved Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota just made me sad.
Because he got cut.
And it's like, and he's a nice guy, and his like wife's pregnant, and it's like he's just like, and he's a Polynesian dude, right? Like, and like I just have such a soft spot for any Polynesian athlete in like the NFL, because it's like, being from Utah, it's like I grew up with so many Polynesians.
They're like, it's my brother.
That's I went to his cookout probably, or someone in his family, like. Because dude, you go to one church ball game and it's like 65 family members are here, and you're like, whoa. But yeah, I like Marcus Mariota. Was just like, he's a nice dude, and I did love when he became like a backup at the Eagles this year. When what's his name? Who's the
Hurts.
When Hurts wasn't doing well, people were like, dude, put it. These like Philly dudes like, put a Mariota. Put a Mariota, dude. And I thought I like that. It's
dude,
like,
Jalen Hurts will never win a Super Bowl. That's my take.
I don't think you're off on that. I think I mean, did they get rid of their head coach?
No, they kept him.
Oh man.
They made the playoffs this year.
They did, but like it was rough.
Yeah.
Because I think they lost
or did they not get in?
No, I think they got in and they lost the Bucks.
Okay.
Because they got there in like the saddest way, where it was like they lost
to Drew Lock, dude. The Seahawks.
It was awesome. That game-winning drive was so sick.
Oh, it was epic.
Yeah, dude. That like I think they lost 5 games in a row.
Yeah, no, it was bad. I was with Amanda's family for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They're all from Philly. And they beat the Giants that week, like Christmas week, but barely. Like they almost lost.
Wait, is that when they had that like Italian dude?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
And dude, they play the Sopranos theme song when he comes out into the field, and his agent just
dude, he's like. I mean, he looks like he's like shooting people with a pizza box. Like he's like he looks fucking insane. Sometimes you'll see like East Coast Italians. And you're like, wait, this is a real thing.
Oh, dude, it's so funny, dude. Yeah. Well, Amanda's like part Italian, but like Amanda wasn't raised in Philly. Like she was born in Philly. And then when she was like 4, she was like swept up by, I'm talking about my wife, but swept up by her grandparents. But her biological brother, who she never met till she was 21, was raised in Philly, like in Kensington. And that Italian side totally comes out. Oh, like, cause he was like raised in the thick of it.
It's like, it's nuts, but I do love it because they're crazy. They're passionate. So like, they're very fun. Tommy DeVito.
Yeah, that's
Tommy DeVito. And I saw like they were like tailgating for like one of the Giants games. And, like they just were bringing out like it was just full Italian, like pastas, like ziti. That looked amazing. I wish I was there.
Yeah, dude, good stuff. Well, here let's talk about the one thing we were talking about before that I'm very excited about.
Okay,
NHL relocation
to Utah. Fuck you, Arizona. I don't understand why you had a hockey team to begin with.
I found out Phoenix is the 5th largest market. Well, dude, attendance wasn't ever an issue.
Yeah, but just the idea.
Bad ownership got them kicked out of their arena.
No, just the idea of a hockey team in Arizona is annoying.
What's crazy is the last like few Stanley Cup winners. Last year, Vegas won the cup. The year before, I think Tampa Bay won. No, the year before was Colorado. That makes more sense. Then the year before, Tampa Bay won it almost 3 years in a row. Wow. And
wasn't that
last year? Florida was in the Cup Finals against Vegas, and so it's like all these non-traditional markets are like blowing up in the NHL. Well, like Nashville might have like the most hardcore fan base in the NHL.
I think there is something about these smaller markets that have the most passionate fans. Because I've heard that about, is it Nashville or Atlanta? It's one of those, like there's all these like MLS teams that are like that are in the South that like they say that their fans are like insane. Like everyone loves it,
dude. It's crazy because it's a place where like everyone grew up, like soccer's for fags, and now they're all like,
well, when it's like the one thing you have, like the one professional team, it's like, like, dude, I went to a Timbers game in Portland.
Oh,
and because they have that and the Trailblazers. And dude, like they go crazy for him. Like,
dude, Salt Lake, higher profile than Portland. They're gonna have a MLB team and NHL team.
Yeah, I mean they definitely have the space for it too. I mean Portland's a bigger city, but I think Utah's a better spot for baseball.
Yeah,
especially because but I don't know. Obviously, I want it to be in Utah, so I'm gonna. But if Portland got a baseball team, they would love it. But it should be here, dude. Like,
so the Utah team, is that gonna get you to watch hockey?
I'll watch it. Yeah, they'll go on. Of course it will. It's a Utah team. I'll get into it.
Dude,
I don't give a shit.
Here's my prediction. Utah gets a Stanley Cup before it ever gets an NBA Finals.
It's probably very likely. Yeah, because I don't understand the plan right now. I know Danny Ainge is like doing his thing with the Jazz of like selling players and all that. But I'm like, is this like a 10-year plan? like how long is this supposed to go?
It would be nice to have someone like
it would be.
You could have one All-Star.
I mean, like Lauri Markkanen is great. I love it. He's an All-Star. But then there were like rumors like they're thinking about selling him, and I'm like, wait, but like he's great.
Dude, it fucked up getting rid of Kelly Olynyk.
No, dude, when they got rid of I don't know. I can't remember.
Mitchell.
No, Boozer, dude. Boozer's my fave. I love Boozer.
Well, it's like it feels like every few years, like Utah will get like a star, and they just can't keep them happy in Utah. Like it was Gordon Hayward.
Well, he wanted to go to Boston because he's like, I want to play for. That was like his coaching in college or something like that. And then he goes there and immediately breaks his leg or whatever.
Yeah,
and that was pretty funny. But then after him, we got like Donovan Mitchell, which was better. I'd way prefer Donovan. But then
he didn't like playing in Utah. I
think it was really the battle was him and Gobert.
Yeah,
I don't think they liked each other.
Well, they got rid of Gobert, so
yeah. Well, they got rid of him at the right time. They got rid of him. They sold him for a lot, and then they're like, "Have fun." And then, it's. I mean,
which Gobert was a king with the COVID stuff when he was coughing on the microphones. That was
he touches all the
really
mics.
Funny. Yeah, dude. That was like, I didn't even like follow the Jazz. I was in Washington and that made the news. And I was like, that's awesome.
Well, like that meme went around everywhere where they're like, dude, Gobert's so good at defense. He stopped the entire NBA. Like that was, I remember seeing that tweet and I was like, that's very funny. But yeah. And then I don't know, dude. It's weird.
Dude, I've been listening to like the relocation news about the Arizona Coyotes though. And these like Arizona broadcasters like, dude, you think these players are going to be happy in Salt Lake? Like they're living in Arizona. And I was like, also, dude, I don't know if you've been to Arizona. Arizona sucks. It sucks. I don't like Arizona. Also, like they're acting like this is the NBA because they're like, no nightlife, whatever. I was like, dude, it's a bunch of like European white dudes. Like they're like they'll be fine in Utah.
They're gonna fit in.
Like it's not like the Jazz. I understand like bringing a bunch of black dudes who've never been to Utah and getting them to assimilate, but these hockey players, they're going to be fine in Utah.
Yeah, think some Russian dude would be like, oh my God, it's a clean and then it's quiet. But I mean, like, I think it's going to be also, it's like, dude, Arizona, like it's uninhabitable in the summer. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
I mean, that is hockey off season, so it works.
Yeah.
One of their guys, like their broadcaster, said something that made me excited. He was like, with the roster that Arizona has, like next season, the Coyotes are supposed to be like what the D-backs were this last year.
Oh,
and I was like, dude, I mean, they can
bring them here.
They can make a run their first year in Utah.
I would love, dude, first year, win it all, never win again. And
well, dude, is Utah ever even won a pro sports championship?
I mean, no. I mean, like the Jazz got very close.
Yeah.
All they had to do was beat Michael Jordan.
Yeah. They lost.
That's twice. All they had to do. And with one of the with an all-time iconic duo. It is actually crazy. I just didn't understand growing up like how iconic Stockton Malone was and how good they were. Like I just knew they were good, but I didn't get it. Like that. That's still like a they're very famous.
When you have a Zag on your team, like your team's gonna be iconic.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out to the Zags. You know, deep run.
Hey. Sweet 16.
It's a better
like 5 weeks before the tournament. Most pundits were like, they're not even making the tournament. So I'll take.
No, it's not bad.
I'll take that. Also, 9 straight Sweet 16s. They tied the NCAA record for most consecutive Sweet 16s.
It's better than a championship.
So next year, if they make it, they will own the record. Well, I think UCLA technically has like 14, but that was back when there was only like 30 teams in the tournament. So you only had to win one game to make it to the Sweet 16. But in this current format, no one has consistently made it past the first weekend.
Dude, hang the banner.
I know. We should
roll that one out, but do any championship, dude.
Well, we need a championship. Championship.
No way, dude. No, if you get 16 Sweet 16s in a row, then that's that becomes one. That's 16 over 16, which is that's like a championship. You did it,
dude. This is something though to show the haters is. And
if you are hating, please let us know. Please let Drew know that the Zags will never win,
dude. The way too early top 25 rankings for next season.
Good. Duke *1. Hell yeah.
Gonzaga *2.
Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
It'd be great if in a year they both get bounced in the first round.
That would be. But dude, they're bringing back their roster. They one guy is leaving because he graduated, and they brought someone who's going to be a first round NBA pick next year.
Well, there we go.
I'm excited,
dude, and I love that. And then I'm excited because isn't UConn? Then they're like only bringing back like 2 people.
Yeah, I wonder where did they put UConn?
Because they're probably
UConn's 4. Yeah,
probably gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, UConn's gonna be good.
Yeah, dude. Zach,
dude, I was glad Purdue lost though. I hate how Zach Edey was officiated the whole tournament.
Yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of their games. But I remember hearing about that, and then I don't know. I just hate his face. So
dude, he has a very dude, he looks like a Disney villain.
Yeah, it looks like he's out of Anastasia.
But it was and Purdue fans would be like, "Oh, he's getting hacked all the time," and okay, yeah, because there are real fouls against him, don't mean that there's phantom fouls where he's dude.
It's also funny, because they want to if they're doing kind of LeBron treatment with him, you're like, is this the face of college basketball? Yeah. Zach Edey,
that's what we want.
That's the face.
Yeah,
I don't think I've never seen him smile.
He's always snarling.
No, dude,
he looks like he's plotting.
I prefer the face of college basketball this year should have been the dude from Oakland that the
guy who hit 23.
Yeah, it looks like a bank teller.
Did you see his numbers on the season? He took this for the season. Took 9 2-pointers and 413 threes.
That's all he did.
That's all he did. Was
Hell yeah.
Take threes.
He was making shots, but he would jump up in there and shoot it, and I'm like, how did that even go in? His body, I've never seen a shot like that. But yeah, so I don't really follow college basketball that close. March Madness is fun for me because I just root for the upset. It's very exciting.
Upsets are fun.
During when I was watching the championship and UConn, BYU's
14.
Dude, let's go.
That's the highest starting projection they've probably had in the last.
Dude, let's go Cougs, man.
Since Jimmer.
I mean, they need it right now because BYU college football. I don't know what's gonna happen there, but
that's a disaster.
It's I will say that towards the end of the season they still were losing, but they were fighting a lot more. They were in a lot more. They could have beat Oklahoma. They should have beat them. Maybe it helps not throw
they should have beat
pick
Oklahoma
6
State
on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, they should have beat Oklahoma State.
They should have.
They had a 24-point lead and let it go into overtime.
Yeah. So we're jumping around, but don't worry, follow along.
No. Yeah, dude. But BYU's coach it's possible. I saw he's on a short list of candidates for the Kentucky job for basketball.
Kalani Sitake?
Mark Pope.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the Kentucky dude.
Yeah, because their coach left for Arkansas, which is crazy because that's
I think he was probably forced to leave because...
I mean, he wasn't forced to. The contract he signed was they'd have to buy him out. Yeah. And they weren't planning on buying him out, but they didn't want him there.
Well, dude, I think they just shamed him so bad. I think they just flipped it on him. You just, let's go. Let's run it back another season. Don't worry. This will be the year. Because didn't he 3 years in a row, lost in the first game?
Yeah, they had it. I don't think they'd made it past the first weekend since 2019.
Oh yeah, and then I love someone was trying to defend him. He's like, well, a lot of these guys are very young because they're going to go to the NBA and they're having to play against these other guys who've been in the league, who've been playing college basketball for 4 years.
How come he doesn't construct a roster where you have veteran players?
The coaching, and how about these other blue bloods that went really far? It's seems like they're the ones.
They have NBA talent too.
Seems like they're the ones specifically struggling. So maybe they just shamed him out of it. Dude, let's do this again. Can't wait.
No, dude, that was for Gonzaga. That was the turning point. They beat Kentucky in February when people were like, Gonzaga's season's over and they're going to get crushed by Kentucky, and that will be the nail in the coffin. And they won that game and then just won out the rest of the season.
Dude, love it. And before we switch topics on college basketball, we have to shout out NC State.
Oh, dude.
that also got me so much more into this tournament.
I wanted them to win so bad.
Everyone, dude, because what's his name? DJ Burns. Dude, he is so fucking fun.
He's gonna be an NFL player.
Love it.
Because like George Fant, I don't know if you heard, NFL lineman. He like played for the Jets. He played for the Seahawks. Never played one season of college football as a tight end, but he played 4 years of college basketball. And it was like his last year of eligibility. They were like, hey, you should try football. And then like he didn't get any playing time, but like he was so athletic, the NFL scouts like, we could shape him into a lineman.
Fix him.
And he's had like a 10-year career in the NFL.
Well, dude, you look at, I mean, everyone said about DJ Burns, like, dude, he's a fucking massive dude and his footwork is nuts.
Oh yeah.
And like he's so athletic.
He could be a tackle.
Dude, he's just so much fun to watch too. I was watching some of the highlights with him. I think it's in the Duke game, and you're like, he's just pulling off shots that like it kind of reminded me of like Jokic, where you're like, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, loved it,
dude. Football is such a weird sport that like dudes could be like so many times. Like Antonio Gates never played college football and was one of the best tight ends in NFL. He's a Hall of Famer. And so it's like you can go from like basketball to football, but like no one like is playing football and a basketball coach is like, we can make him like.
I think like there's more of a precision to basketball that like.
Well, I think that's most sports. Most sports have like a very specific skill set, where football has so many different skills.
I think it's like, well, it's like if I don't know. In like soccer, it's like, hey, maybe if you're not as like talented of a dribbler or whatever, you could be like a defender or goalkeeper. But like, I feel like there's a lot. It just depends on the sport. Like maybe it's like just finding your niche, the thing that like, because maybe there's some sport out there. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're just. But imagine, dude, if like some of these like I'm trying to think of these. Who's the dude who just retired who was on the Rams?
Oh, Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Donald, yeah.
Imagine if they're like just throwing him a hockey suit and like you're playing hockey now, and like that kind of like athleticism and the body just like getting after it, or like that. I don't know. It's like that kind of stuff's fun. Yeah,
if you could skate. That's the thing. It's like every other sport has like very specific skills, and so it's like in hockey, it's like. It's almost unheard of that someone made it to the NHL if they hadn't started hockey before like 8 years old.
Oh no, I imagine it's there's still a lot of precision, all that kind of shit to that. But just like imagine that body where like they're like, hey, we don't even really need you to worry about the puck. Yeah, you just go and get in the way.
Just get in the way. Just hurt people.
This is reminding me. I was watching this clip. So, are you familiar with Lewis Hamilton?
No, dude, and I want you to teach me Formula 1.
This is the Formula 1 transition. But so Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time world champion.
How does it work? Is there like a season?
Yeah.
And there's like standings?
Yeah.
Or is there like a championship race at the end?
It's just standings. So there's no playoff. It would be kind of weird. I know in NASCAR they do playoffs, but so in Formula 1 they don't.
Dude.
What? Wait. Kentucky is hiring BYU's head coach.
It just got the notification. Well, we got to talk about this before we go to Formula 1.
Hold on. So maybe that way too early preseason ranking of BYU is just about
BYU season is over.
Oh my God.
Right now, if you're a BYU fan, you are panicking because they're having at least 5 players transferring out. That's what's happening.
Oh my
dude, they're
well. Also, even then, could they even go to? Oh yeah, well, definitely, yeah.
They could go to Kentucky.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, no, but like
if Kentucky's
lot of them got recruited by Mark Pope. So like,
but now you can get like 5-star athletes at Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. But I'm saying like a lot of BYU players, like I'm saying if they're transferring, I'm not saying they're going to Kentucky, they'll leave, but they're going elsewhere. They're not staying at BYU
unless they're Mormon.
Yeah, unless like the 2 Mormon players might stay, but all the real players on that team are gone.
Well,
that's Dude, what a bummer if you're a BYU sports fan, because
dude,
like the football team sucks, and now the basketball team was.
No, this is when you get into BYU women's volleyball, because that's pretty fun and they're pretty good. Last I checked, I haven't checked in a long time, but yeah, this is when you get into the side sports. You know, like dude, track and field.
A rugby team's really good.
Yeah, they were like we were the dominant rugby team because there was like one of the only ones, and like the rugby team would just be full of like dudes from like Samoa who like actually grew up playing rugby their whole life. But yeah, so BYU's next season's you're fucked.
Oh, dude. Yeah, especially since they're in the Big 12, which in basketball, that's like the SEC. Like the Big 12 is the best basketball conference. Yeah, they're fucked. They can't.
Dude, it's gonna be such a
maybe because they're a Big 12 school and they had success last year, it might be an attractive coaching position.
They'll get someone.
They'll get a coach who's good.
At BYU, it's not like it's a, it's a good basketball school. It's not amazing, but like, but will the coach be as good as Mark Pope?
No, Mark Pope I think Mark Pope's the best coach they've had in years. Like
better than Rose?
Better than Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. No, what Pope did with the talent he had was so much more impressive than Rose. So I was a Mark Pope fan.
Oh no.
I wasn't, this coming from a Gonzaga fan, and I hate BYU basketball. Like I don't think there's a team in college basketball I hate more than BYU.
Hell yeah.
Just because once
we flip this hat around,
dude, once every 5 years they beat Gonzaga, and they were so obnoxious about it, because like St. Mary's would do the same thing, occasionally beat Gonzaga, but like their fans were like whatever.
Yeah, but
dude, BYU fans were like,
well, dude, this is Cougar Town over here.
Own you guys. Like,
yeah, no, BYU. Like, it's all these like 21-year-old like virgins who have like have to get out. Like they have this anger and this like that we can't come out. And like I see like people go. Some of these like kids like go fucking crazy.
Dude, I have to show you screenshots I took when BYU got bounced from the tournament. Dude, these are great.
I don't know if the church is true after that performance. Hell yeah. I'm not paying tithing anymore. Love it.
That one.
Honestly,
it's all just,
dude. Yeah, I love. No, it's great. No, the copium with like, especially like BYU football fans, like, because obviously there's like normal fans, but then like there's like the next level, like mind warping fans who are like, nah, dude, so. We're gonna this next season.
We could be in the college football playoff.
Yeah, like we're gonna go in the
this recruiting class is actually really good.
Yeah, dude. They're like, no. Yeah, this is it. I know that our quarterback's like a 3-star athlete, but like we're gonna put it together. Don't worry about it. We're gonna enter the Big 12, win it first year.
Yeah, that's what we do. We develop quarterbacks.
Yeah, okay, but we're at hey, Steve Young, remember him? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be just fine.
I mean, to be fair, they have like had a recent really good quarterback play.
I know, but then they'd be like, hey, Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
The GOAT. And like his season that got him into the NFL, you're like, dude, they only lost one game.
Did you see that game against Troy?
Yeah. We don't talk about Coastal Carolina. But yeah, he was so anyways, but I love BYU. Don't get me wrong. I love BYU sports. I love it. But they are crazy.
Dude. Oh man, Mark Pope that's such a huge shift. I was getting terrified because I saw all these videos on YouTube like, will Kentucky reach out to Mark Few? And I was like, dude, please. But I was like, Mark Few is not like Gonzaga has established itself as like a blue blood.
I feel like Gonzaga fans might think that.
Well, yeah, but
I think it's hard to be a blue blood without national championships.
I would say, though, in the last 10 years of college basketball, top 3 program.
No, well, I mean, I feel like a top 3 program at some point would win.
Yeah, but in a field of 68 teams, it's hard to win. In a in the last like 7 years, they've been to the championship twice.
Okay.
They're there.
You don't want to get down this conversation.
No, I don't.
You don't want to go down this road. It's brutal. You don't want to go down the path of Gonzaga as a blue blood just because they've been a great program, but you have to win championships.
Yeah, no, they have to win a championship. And once they do,
you guys still have to win more than one. You do.
No,
you do, because there's a couple.
In college basketball, you put up banners for Final Fours. That's normal in college basketball.
No, I believe it. I believe it. But they're an amazing program. They've done awesome shit but to be a blue blood need championships.
Okay, they need championships.
Yeah,
that's true.
That sounds pretty fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because also it'd be funny if UConn they 2 in a row and we're like blue bloods, and then Gonzaga's like, yeah, us too, dude.
Dude, UConn has won 6.
I know, but just back to back,
all since 1999.
It's something like
that's crazy.
They're the new ones. They're the new blue bloods.
Yeah,
but no Gonzaga, one. You should just walk into that conversation like, yes, the same.
Yeah, no.
You ever heard of what's his name? Scotty? What's his name? The dude from last year, Jimmy.
Oh, Drew Timmy.
Yeah. Timmy. Yeah, dude.
Timmy was the man.
NBA All-Star.
I was worried because Mark Few, people were like, he loves Gonzaga. He's been their coach for 26 years. He's not going anywhere. And I was like, hell yeah. But then some podcasts were like, but Kentucky could be like, how's $15 million a year? Like, they could just throw an offer that.
No, it's true.
And I was like, dude, I hope they don't do that.
I mean, it would be crazy because when I think of Gonzaga, I just see his weird, ghoulish face. And that's always the image of Gonzaga in my mind. And then John Stockton in the background, being like, don't get vaccinated. But
that was fun.
That was a great storyline.
Kicked John Stockton out of.
He got banned from going.
I don't know. Is he still banned?
Probably not. I mean, I think it's kind of over. But no, that's fucking crazy. College basketball. That is the one thing the more I learn about it, seems like one of the most fun things about the sport is the coaches.
That's fun. I also and it's my team's a college basketball team, so I'm a little biased because I don't have an NBA team, but I do watch the NBA playoffs. I follow it very intently.
NBA playoffs are awesome.
And the thing is, I think most people they will say March Madness is far more entertaining, and there's some aspects it's one game and you're out, and versus a 7-game series. But I will say the sport, the rules in the NBA, I was watching The Last Dance a few weeks ago. And the way the game was played in the 90s, and the rules have changed. That's why the shot clock is shorter. There's now defensive 3-second violations. In college basketball, a center can play in the key and not leave and defend the basket. But in the NBA, you can't defend the basket. They're making it so you're having to tie your arm behind your back while you play defense.
No.
And I don't I think I love a basketball game where there's great defense and the final score is 68-74. But the NBA is let's get this to 170 to 150.
Yeah, no,
and I'm this is excessive. Because I like it in a game where it's tight and every basket is so important. But in the NBA, it's
I think there's
not so as much.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of hates the new current NBA model, but I feel there's a middle ground of because that is the problem sometimes with college basketball when you're okay, no one's obviously they're not as talented, and so there's gonna be a lot of lulls where no one can make anything, and you're okay, they'll go for a layup, and I'm okay, in the NBA they don't, that goes in, but in college basketball and
there's definitely something to the talent, but dude, watching the 90s, watching early Shaq when he played for the Magic, just posting down in the key, that was, and that's a position that doesn't exist anymore because with old NBA rules, Zach Edey is a lottery pick. He's not going to be drafted.
Well,
that's crazy.
I bet he will.
No, dude, on most projections he's going to be undrafted,
dude.
It's because there's no need for a big guy who can't hit threes.
Well, it's like that was the the big criticism with like Gobert is he couldn't really score. It wasn't he can score, but like he couldn't like make the play for himself. Yeah. And then I think but now we're in this weird era now where like there's these big guys who can score and like shoot threes. And I think that's exciting. I don't know. I hope it's
exciting, but it's just like it's a different sport.
Yeah,
like it was cool having like a Yao Ming and a Shaq.
Oh, love Yao Ming.
There's a battle down in the post, but like that's something that's like been eliminated from the game.
Yeah, I would love to see more of that. And I don't know, dude. Like it's just like the NBA. My problem with the NBA is like the regular season. I really couldn't give a shit about.
Yeah,
especially when the Jazz suck. I'm like, I don't care because then like now half the time like the stars don't play, and then the playoffs are fun because everyone's playing.
Well, there's no stars of Utah, but
no, like the Lakers will come here and LeBron won't play. Yeah, in that kind of thing, and but like the playoffs, it's very exciting because it's like, oh my god, like they're actually playing, and like dude, like the run that the Heat had last year was fucking awesome. And then obviously Jokic was so fucking exciting, and the Lakers beating Memphis last year was the only time I ever rooted for the Lakers because everyone was rooting for the Lakers. Everyone fucking hated Memphis because of what's his name?
Ja Morant.
No, the other guy. I can't remember his name. Like he just was like a villain. Like he just was like,
I don't remember.
Anyway, everyone hated him. But anyways, Lewis Hamilton.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to Formula One. So there's a set number of races in a season.
Yeah, so I think right now they just increased the amount of races they're doing. So I think it's around like 24, 25 races. And it goes pretty much until like October, September, and starts around like beginning of March.
Okay.
And so it's not like there's a race every week. Sometimes it's a 2-week break. Sometimes it's like,
and there's teams, right?
Yeah, there's 10 teams. 10 teams, and every team has two cars.
So there's like a team win at the end?
There's two championships. There's the constructors, which is the teams, and then there's the drivers' championships, which is each individual driver.
Okay.
Because each team...
And Lewis Hamilton's the best.
Yeah, for the past couple of years, he has been.
Or Max Verstappen.
Now Max Verstappen's the best.
Okay. See, I know the names.
Some of them.
I don't watch it.
You know some of them. Do you know Nico Hulkenberg?
No.
That's what
I don't know.
But so every team has two drivers.
I gotta pull up the standings.
I can tell you the standings.
Well, I want to see them. I need a visual. I'm a visual person. Formula One.
Yeah, so it's like Max. I think then it's Charles Leclerc.
I see constructors.
Yeah, constructors.
So, dude, Red Bull's
been dominant the past couple of years. Last year was the most dominant year in Formula One. Red Bull won every race except one. And that one race was won by Carlos Sainz.
How do I know who that is?
That's Verstappen. That's Verstappen. That's Perez. I guess Perez is number 2 right now. Leclerc's 3rd. Carlos Sainz is 4th. Lando Norris 5th.
Hamilton. Oh,
Hamilton. No, Hamilton's having a bad.
Dude, he's British.
Yeah, he's British.
Dude, where's the Americans?
There's only one American, Logan Sargent.
Dude, he sucks.
He's bad. Also, the team, and this is the other thing with Formula One, is the team. Like the car you're in can also just not be a great car. And so then it's harder to perform. But then some of these great drivers, can still do pretty well in these bad cars. And then that's how you can get, hopefully get a shot at being in a faster car.
Oh, dude, there's a Chinese driver. Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance.
Joe Ganyu, dude. Races for...
Dude, so how do you get into Formula One?
Some people...
Is there only 21 drivers in the whole sport?
Well, it's actually 20, but it says it's 21 because Behrman, this other British dude, he had to sub in for Carlos Sainz because Carlos Sainz's appendix was going to burst and had to get surgery.
Oh, geez.
So it's actually just 20.
So how do they decide who gets to be these drivers?
They start like karting, like go-karting, like when they're like kids. And then there's like racing in that. And that has like different levels to it. And then there's like, so there's F1, there's F3, there's F2. And so it's like this like programs. These dudes are doing it since they're like 5. Yeah. And then like,
and so then like the F3, F2 is like different levels.
It's just like in the, like they get faster and faster.
Okay. They get faster.
Yeah. And so like by like F2, it's like the cars are going like, so like just say like a normal 1 lap. The Formula One car will do, and F2 will do it like 15 seconds slower than that. So like they're getting
Which
closer.
is still like ridiculous because I know the Formula One cars are like crazy. The best.
Well, they're just like Formula One is
like I heard like the G forces on these things are like it's like the closest you can get to being like a fighter jet.
Well, it's crazy. It's like the G forces, and then like the heat in the car, and like I was reading about like the braking. So they don't have like assisted brakes. So like you to push all the way down the brake pedal, it's like 150 pounds of force you have to put down on it. So how they do it is they start to brake, and then the G force of the car slowing down pushes them further down the brake pedal. So that's how they brake, is using the G forces.
Dude.
And like it's nuts. And like as they're racing, if you look
how long is a race?
About like an hour and a half.
Okay, that's good because like NASCAR is like stupid.
Yes, this one it's a good one.
We're gonna go in a circle for like 4 hours.
Yeah, and I think NASCAR is like I do know NASCAR are doing more like actual tracks as well, and not just the ovals.
Yeah,
the ovals though are insane. Like to actually be in that car, like because like they are nuts. But like they're doing more tracks now.
But yeah, I know like just the technology in the cars. It's nothing like Formula One.
No, Formula One. It's like I mean each car. It's like they'll spend like some of these teams. It's like like oh this car to develop and create was like $500 million or whatever. It's like and they have like thousands of people working at this team. And like I've got so much more into Formula One now. I'm watching like videos about like aerodynamics, and it's like it's super exciting.
Okay. But so what race is coming up?
The next race is China.
The
first time they've done the Chinese race since 2019. What is exciting? Hey, they knew. What is exciting about this race is so sometimes they do a sprint weekend.
What is this?
What are you looking at?
Oh, Japanese Grand Prix.
Okay.
So
real quick,
we got the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah. So this is what's fun about this. So this is the sprint weekend. Normally, there's 3 practice sessions. So free practice 1, 2, 3, and then there's a qualifier to determine like the grid on the track, and then the race. When they do a sprint weekend, they only do 1 practice, and then they do the sprint shootout, just the qualifier for the sprint. They do the sprint, which is like a half-hour race, and then they do a qualifier for the actual race, and then they do the race. What's exciting about this, it means the teams have way less time to prep for the race. And since they haven't raced this track since 2019, the possibility of weird shit happening goes way up, and that's exciting. Because when there's crashes or
how often are there crashes?
Depends. Sometimes you think there's definitely gonna be a crash this race, and it doesn't happen. And other times, like, it's just. But when they do happen, it's awesome. Zhuo Guanyu, the Chinese driver, had one of the craziest crashes in like recent memory.
Dude, all right, my homework. I'm gonna watch some highlights,
dude.
I feel like I gotta watch.
You gotta watch some highlights. I mean, the TV show Drive to Survive is awesome to get into it. Like, there's one season of it that's super exciting. It's a season that Max Verstappen and Lewis are like head to head, and Max wins it, and it comes down to the final race. Like, they're neck and neck in points, and it comes down to the final.
Was the race close?
Yeah, it comes down to the final lap.
Oh, geez.
Like, it's that close, and it's like, and that's crazy because that doesn't usually happen.
Yeah.
But like, it's so exciting.
I imagine like coming into the final race, they already like have a.
Oh, they're all like, it's just like the hype around everyone. It's so crazy, like how, like, you know, how much everything rode on that final moment. But that shit's fun. But yeah, I was gonna bring up Lewis Hamilton because we're talking about like when dudes can do shit outside of you know, like they have their one sport they do, then they can also do this other thing. There's a clip of Lewis Hamilton. There's this like gun range in LA where they train actors like how to actually shoot guns, like these like real like firearm experts.
Yeah.
And there's a clip of Lewis Hamilton there, and it's like he's like insane at it.
I feel like I was supposed to make like an Alec Baldwin joke.
Well, hey, I mean, I don't know if that's doesn't even make sense, dude.
No, well, you said like actors, they train and guns, and
he should have trained.
Yeah.
But anyways, Lewis Hamilton was there and was really good. And the instructor was like, "You're the most like naturally talented person I've ever seen do this." And it's something because it's like, dude, the hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
You have to have like just being that kind of racer. But it is crazy to see like these other paths someone could take where it's like he's like could just be like some like SAS operator because he's like just a crack shot. But it was fun.
Dude.
And Lewis is I love Lewis.
I'm gonna follow So right now in the standings,
So right now the big story is Ferrari is catching up to Red Bull because Carlos Sainz won the Australia Grand Prix and their car is catching up to Red Bull's pace, and that's very exciting because of how dominant Red Bull was last year. Any glimmer of hope that anyone can compete with them is very exciting.
how long has Red Bull been the best?
I think 2 seasons in a row. Max won it in 2021, 2022, 2023. But 2022, they were just dominant. And then 2023 was truly just insane how good they were. It was just like Max would end a race, 25 seconds ahead of the next person. And the next person could be his teammate.
Did you like the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
I haven't seen it.
Really?
Is it good?
It was good. All right.
It
was like whatever bullshit races they did in like the 1960s. And
it was a little more exciting back then because there was a lot more death.
Yeah, I imagine. But yeah, Ford was like, you know what, we should compete with Ferrari, and Ferrari is like always the best, and Ford like pulled it off, and it's a true story. I don't know.
I can't wait to watch it.
I think the main guy like dies at the end.
Hell yeah.
So yeah,
thanks for spoiling that.
Yeah, the car like catches fire or something.
Whoops.
Yeah.
You know what you should watch? Have you seen the movie Ferrari, the new one?
I heard it sucked.
I watched it. It's so bad, but it's actually very funny because there's like a moment where like one of the cars like crashes, car flies 80 feet in the air, and like the bodies are flying out of it. I mean, like the CG is so bad. It's like, and the car like it crashes into like a group of people on the side of the road, and just like, and their bodies look like bowling pins falling down. And I just start laughing in the movie theater, and this old man sitting alone turns around and he goes, "What's funny about that?"
Dude, that's the most like Utah old man thing.
So far I was like, oh dude, it was like Christmas Day that we went to see this, dude. None of it made sense. That movie sucked.
We saw fucking like, we were debating between that and Wonka, and we saw Wonka, and that also sucked.
It's definitely better than Ferrari.
Yeah,
I've seen clips of Wonka, and like it's like at least seems like dude, you're watching Ferrari, and you'll be watching it like halfway through the movie. I turned to my friend, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I can't like, and they're trying to do Italian accents, and they're so bad, so like you can't even understand what they're saying, and like it'll just jump around. Like, there's like one sequence where they're just a random sex scene with like a side character, nothing to do with anything, just like. And you're like, okay, and then
put that in there.
It just cuts back to like Adam Driver being like, "This is a Ferrari," and like it's a strange movie, but check it out if you're nothing else to do.
Yeah,
but
I might have to check it out.
If you're interested in getting more into just like crazy racing, there's 2 different kind of racing that's like actually like they're fucking crazy. I don't know if you've ever seen like rally car racing.
Oh yeah.
Those guys don't care if they die. Like Formula 1 drivers have gotten in the car with those dudes and like gone up the hill with them, and they'll be like, "I'll never do that again." Like
that's crazy.
That's how insane they are. Cause like,
I mean, I think I'm not really into racing in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I'm going to get into it, I'm going to get into like the most mainstream version, which is F1.
No, F1's it's like, cause it's just like college basketball.
It's like the NFL. Yeah, of racing.
Well, just like college basketball, like when you get into F1, the more you realize like it's not just the racing. There's so much drama and like stuff behind the scenes like that. Like,
is there the shit where like drivers get into fist fights?
No,
that's fun when you see that in NASCAR.
It has happened before. Michael Schumacher like went and like punched some dude.
Related to Colin Schumacher?
Yeah, dude, that's his dad. But Michael Schumacher is also like one of the, he's one of my, like him and Lewis have the most titles with 7. But anyways, so it's very exciting. There's a lot of drama behind the scenes, and it's like there's this drama with the guy who runs Red Bull right now that is fucking nuts. Like it's like one race into the season, like a month or 2 ago, and it was like every story was about this dude who runs the team at Red Bull, because like this girl said like he'd like been like like they'd been sexting and all that. And again, she worked at the team, and then Red Bull did an investigation and like, it's okay. He didn't, rape anyone. And then some anonymous source leaked all of the WhatsApp messages. And then everyone got hold of them, and there was like a picture where everyone people couldn't tell if it was a finger or his penis. And then everyone's like, the great debate began, like finger or cock. And it was, so it's very, and then like you start to learn more about the ownership at Red Bull, where like 51% of the company is owned by this Thai guy, because it started in Thailand.
It's weird that this energy drink has its hands in everything, because it's like, also like, I don't know if you watch soccer, but like there's a Red Bull team in Europe, there's a
Germany.
Red Bull, in Germany there's the Red Bulls, and then there's also like the New York Red Bulls. It's like, what?
No, like it's like, and they only make Red Bull. Like, that's the only thing they make. And it's like, but but the thing about it, you go to a bar, it's like vodka Red Bull. It's not vodka Monster.
Like if it was, imagine if like McDonald's was like, all right, we own a soccer team now. Like that's
no, but it's like,
or like getting like just some food brand getting like White Claw gets into the Formula One business and gets in
the claws.
Yeah.
No, dude. The Modelo. Airport.
Like Red Bull's so weird that they get into all this stuff. I didn't question it for a second. When you were like Red Bull versus Ferrari, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
No, it's just crazy because like that's been such a smart move by them to make their brand about like, we do extreme sports, and like they do really cool shit. Like they'll put on like events. Like I saw this like event they did in like some like weird like European town, where it was like these snowboarders, like they shut down parts of this town and they made like a track, dude, for these snowboarders, and it was sick, dude. Like
the Red Bull crushed ice challenge. I don't know if you've seen that. They make an ice rink, but it's not an ice rink. It's like a bobsled course. If it was like as wide as this room, and it's like downhill with jumps and stuff. Yeah. And guys in full on hockey gear race on ice skates down this track. No, it's crazy.
I think like they just do fun stuff. Like they were just at like Snowbird like a week or two ago, and they like had this event where they built all these like ramps and shit, and like it's like they just do fun stuff. Yeah. Like remember that dude who like floated on a balloon like up to the atmosphere and just jumped off?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like this Red Bull. Dude. So crazy. Like it's very exciting. And like it's really cool. Now when I think of Red Bull now, I get very sad and annoyed and mad, because I just think about how just Max Verstappen and the Dutch national anthem, because that's all you hear every time he wins. And I really want to hear something fucking else. So like now I'm getting tired of it, but I still appreciate the other stuff they do. But I just want, let's go. What's else? Is the site
Ferrari?
Yeah, I'm all Ferrari right now because they're the only ones who can actually compete with them. And what's crazy is Carlos Sainz, one of the Ferrari drivers, he won in Australia.
Like fucked up.
He's fucked, dude. He won in Australia a couple weeks ago. And then last year, the year where Red Bull won every race except for one, he's the only guy who won the other race. And Carlos Sainz, as of now, doesn't have a seat. He doesn't have a car to drive next year because Lewis Hamilton is going to go to Ferrari. Because Lewis Hamilton's been at Mercedes this whole time. He's going to Ferrari now because Mercedes has been shit in the bed. And
dude, drama.
So it's like everyone's like, where the fuck's Carlos gonna go? Because it's like, how can you not? No, you can't not pick him up.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna go to Red Bull.
I mean, I hope so. And then you get rid of Checo, and Checo's the second driver, and Checo's the Mexican dude. I love Checo.
Dude, there's a Mexican and not an American.
There's an American, dude. It's Logan Sargent.
Yeah, it was the one.
No, but
he's in last place. He sucks.
Yeah, Checo.
He doesn't represent us.
No, he doesn't. He's from Miami. He's a Miami dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Miami's the least American city.
I know. It is kind of crazy because he is a very white dude, and when you listen to him talk, he's like, I'm Logan Sargent, but he's from Miami, and you're like, what?
No, I don't trust him.
No,
dude. The Mexican guy's crushing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he should be though. That's the thing. Here's the problem with the pressure Checo faces is he has to be killing it. Because he has to be getting second because their car is so good. It's like he has to be performing this way. But in Australia, Max's car had a problem. His brake, he had a braking issue. Carlos wins that race. Checo got fifth. and you're like, you shouldn't be getting fifth. That's
you should be winning.
So the pressure's on him because like these other teams, like when Lewis Hamilton was dominant, his teammate was Valtteri Bottas, who's amazing. Like he could have been winning championships, but Valtteri in those situations, like Valtteri would win those races if Lewis had an issue. So it's exciting. It's a lot of drama,
dude. Let's pivot to the NBA.
We got here with
what 5 minutes
teaser. There we
teaser.
Go. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'll crack another claw.
All right, let's go. I'm just checking real quick. Oh, yeah, dude, fuck Washington's not. They're down in the wild card race in hockey. Trying to
go to the NBA. Let's look at the standing of the NBA. I don't care.
NHL, I'll have to explain.
How are the Sonics doing?
I mean, I was a Sonics fan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, now you're an OKC fan, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, dude, people in
quick look at the NBA standings because I haven't even looked at them in a long time.
I'm looking right now. So we got I
know Boston's doing well.
So it looks like Boston's 1. We got Milwaukee, New York. Dude, New York's a 3.
The problem with New York, the Knicks, is you can just never trust it.
Nah, they're gonna choke. They always do.
Yeah.
And then
the West is what really
Denver,
matters.
Dude. OKC, I'm excited about.
OKC's number 2.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Star rookie Chet Holmgren from
boy.
Gonzaga.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pedophile.
Oh no, Josh Giddey.
Oh, I think that girl he was with. I think that like who was like underage. I think she goes to the U.
Wait, what?
Because I work with some dudes who go to the U, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I saw her at like the gym." Like,
dude, that's insane.
But I don't even know who OKC's star player is.
Their star player is Chet Holmgren. This guy, rookie, 7'1".
Hell yeah,
hits a 3. But then, dude, Minnesota? San Antonio. They had that star rookie.
Yeah, what is going on with San Antonio? Where it's like we got Wembanyama, and everyone's like, "Yeah, dude, he's gonna be the greatest player ever."
Dude, Wembanyama,
I know he's not. I know he's good, but it's like I thought surely they would be doing better than the worst team in the Western Conference.
Yeah, dude. So the Lakers are gonna have to do like a play-in game against Sacramento. That's what it looks like.
No, dude, Utah's making it. Dude, we're making it.
No, they're eliminated.
No way. We can come back.
Dude, 29 wins, 50 losses.
So Golden State's they're teetering on the edge.
Yeah, no, they're in because Houston's eliminated. So
okay, so
they've clinched it. It looks like it's set in stone, the NBA. So it looks like we're gonna have Phoenix playing Golden State. We're gonna have the Lakers playing Sacramento.
Let's go Sacramento.
And then the top 6 teams in the West. We got Denver, OKC, Minnesota. Dude, I can't go Bears with Minnesota, right?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I don't know about Minnesota. Well, who they have one? Anthony Edwards is really good. Yeah.
The Clippers, dude. What happened to the
Clippers? Are gonna lose in the first round.
And then the East, we got Boston, Milwaukee, New York, Cleveland, Orlando. Dude, I'm such a Gonzaga fan that I'm just like, I only cheer for the teams with Gonzaga players.
No, I get that.
I want OKC to do well. I want Orlando to do well. I want Sacramento to do well. I want LA to do well.
Lakers to do well. Yeah. You know what?
There's so many players in the
you know what
league.
though? Actually, there's a lot of dudes in their squad. I actually because when I was watching the playoffs last year, I actually kind of liked their squad. At least last year's squad, because I love
Rui Hachimura, the Japanese guy.
Austin Reeves
is the man.
I love Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Dude, that Southern guy just hitting threes. I don't know. Like last year, I had fun watching them. Honestly, I don't really give a shit until once the playoffs start. Then I'll watch.
Yeah,
but
now, dude, it's I'm excited. And
I also do like these moments, like for like the Jazz, where it's like, yeah, you're eliminated, but you're still got some games to play.
Yeah,
it's fun,
dude. And then I was looking like they weren't in NHL because this is the new Utah team. Just seeing how they finish because they're not making the playoffs, but Arizona 37 No, what? 34 wins, 40 losses. They
could be better.
They got a chance.
No,
Very young squad.
We're winning the cup,
dude. Multiple teenagers on that team.
Hey, when Real Salt Lake became a thing, I think their second year they won the whole thing.
What? I thought they've never won a championship.
No, they have.
Wait, Real Salt Lake won?
Yeah, they won the whole thing. They won the whole thing. It was like very early.
Really?
I'm pretty positive, but I could be wrong.
Real Salt Lake. Oh, dude, then Utah doesn't need a pro sports championship.
We got it. Sorry, guys.
The MLS Cup.
We already did
it. Dude, I don't believe that.
Dude, I do love that. Come on, please be right. Please let me be right. Where is it? Read.
Oh, they won the MLS Cup 2009.
There you go. See?
Wow.
Gotcha. What I do like about MLS right now is I don't really watch, but I do like seeing clips of like Inter Miami. Because what's fun about that, because like Beckham's like one of the owners of the team.
Yeah.
And he's just getting like the all-stars to play for his team now.
Luis Suarez.
They have Messi, Suarez. They have someone else where it's like, how is any team in the MLS supposed to compete against this?
I mean,
they're just having fun now.
Yeah, they're just
fucking around.
Yeah.
But dude, I just love seeing the clips like pop up of like Messi just dominating. So I'm like,
okay, now that we've brought it full circle to the MLS, let's end on this subject. Should the MLS do, because there's a league below it, the USL. And I don't know if you know, like there's the MLS season, but then there's the US Open Cup where teams from all the leagues can compete in it. And one year, like Cincinnati, when they were a USL team, made it all the way to the final. And it was crazy. Like they beat all these MLS teams. Then they eventually brought Cincinnati to the MLS. Should they do what the rest of the world does? Relegation and promotion.
The problem with I think I saw a video about like, it's like some of these MLS teams are like worth more than some of these British teams. Like not the big ones, but it's just
they don't want to run the risk. The owners are going to be so against it.
We know just the amount of money they put into. I think because it's just not an American style.
But wouldn't that be fun?
No, don't worry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love that.
No, I'm biased because I just found out like a week ago that Spokane just got a USL team.
There you go.
And so I'm like, dude, if they bring in promotion relegation, I was like, one good season, Spokane has an MLS team. Just like that.
See, right there, it's like full circle exciting. Again. It's full circle again because when you were talking about, I was saying on the South, they have like really passionate like MLS fan bases.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, yeah, they all thought it was gay back in the day. Oh, yeah. But once you get a team, you're like, I'll go watch.
Dude, here's the thing, I'm not gonna follow the team at all, but
it's your favorite team now.
Well, yeah, but if there was a chance that if they won their league, they could go to the MLS, I would watch every game.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like,
but because I know they could win their league and it means nothing.
No, dude. I think what I've realized like it's a great example. It's like with what Caitlin Clark's done this year is you realize like I can get into any sport if it's fun to watch. Yeah. If it's exciting and I can understand the stakes. Like Caitlin Clark was just fun to watch. Like I would watch her highlights. And like this is like it kind of reminds me of like Jimmer back when that was like blowing up.
Mania.
You know, so like with like MLS, it's like like this is like your local team, and it's like they're like in a tight race. You know, it's like it gets way more fun,
dude. They have to bring it because also teams trying to avoid relegation.
It's the best
because right now in the MLS, if your team's at the bottom of the standings, you're not watching them the last few months of the season. But if they're fighting for their lives to stay in the MLS, you're watching every game. And so that's like the advantage. Like it improves ratings.
No, don't get me wrong. I love relegation. It just the issue is just, like these teams caught the money. So
you're saying they should do it. It's just the owners.
No, I would want that.
Won't go for it.
It's just, like, and then also because like, in England, it's like in all those other places like that. It's just the sport, and there's so many other teams.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube
that could do it.
It was a YouTube video from ESPN, and they were like talking about the MLS will eventually have to give in to promotion and relegation, and I'm hoping for that.
What is good is with some of these teams, because MLS, a lot of these MLS stadiums aren't like, they're smaller. And so, I feel like some of the, obviously like the tentpole teams, I doubt they go out.
What do you mean?
Well, just like some of these bigger teams, I don't understand. I don't know who gets a lot of viewers or the market.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would want that though. I think it's way more exciting. And then I feel like there's a lot of Americans would love that idea of being able. There's the only sport in America where like, dude, this team who's at the bottom, like they can get relegated. I think that would fire up a lot of people. We're like, dude, let's tune into that.
Dude, the popularity of soccer would go up significantly overnight.
Did you imagine how many people would tune in to watch a Pistons game? Oh. If you're like, dude, this could be their last game in the NBA for a while.
It would be the shit. Like, imagine like a small, like, let's fucking Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah. FC Des Moines is playing to move up to the, dude, fucking like, I don't know.
Idaho
like,
Falls.
Waco, Texas. FC Waco is playing in the MLS this season. Well, that could happen. Well, yes, Idaho Falls could have an MLS team.
It would, it would kind of just emulate like I remember when I was getting more aware of sports, and I'm just used to all the big cities, and then like college basketball, you're like, wait, like Kentucky's one of the best teams. And you're like, you start to like hear about these teams. It's like some of these like Kansas, but like they're become like iconic. And so I feel that kind of thing could happen with these teams where it's like, no, dude, this little town, this small city, they just become dominant.
That's why they have to open it up.
Yeah,
they have to. That would be so much more exciting. It'd be so good for the sport. And if you're a team in the MLS, if you get relegated, odds are you're going to win the USL and move back to the MLS next season.
If you still got it's like, hey, it's a down year. But yeah, even then, like that, because then it'd be exciting to watch, like if Real Salt Lake gets relegated, but then it'd be like, but then in the USL, they're starting to like have traction. They're starting to do good. You're like, oh, dude, are we going to make it? And then like you watch that would be so much fun to watch.
Then they get promoted again. And like that's a whole,
out of all the sports in America, current, in America right now, the sport that's most set up for is baseball.
Oh yeah,
just with like the minor leagues and all that. It's like they're the most set up for it, but it would never happen.
Well, besides the MLS is exactly set up.
I mean,
for it.
Outside of that, outside of soccer, it's like just because like Salt Lake Bees, you have all these like minor league teams that are like.
The problem is they're all affiliated with. These, so you got to cut ties.
I know, but that would be. I know it would never.
That would be fun.
Would never happen. How sick
that would get me to watch baseball?
Yeah, dude, the A's get relegated and like the Bees, rise to power.
Yeah,
Mike Trout never left.
While
the Bees.
We do more of these sports episodes, you'll get me into baseball because
I like
the Mariners are not doing it for me.
Well, they've been doing a lot better recently.
They have, and they made the playoffs not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, but they had to. All they had to do
was
they had to play the Astros. That sucks.
Yeah, and they like had like a play-in round against Toronto.
It makes you feel better, dude. Fucking Astros won the whole thing. So
yeah, no, I mean. But that was the first time I'd watched baseball since I was 8.
See, I'm not.
And when I was 8, they had Ichiro.
Ichiro,
dude, they broke the major league record for most wins in a season, only to lose in the first round of the playoffs.
It's a classic move right there. That's how we do it.
So.
No, I think right now would my favorite times to watch baseball at the playoffs, but right now it'd be an interesting year to get into it just because of what's his name, the Japanese player on the Dodgers.
That guy who they like gave like $500 million to.
It's $700 million. My friend is a lot more into baseball than me. Well, I'm very very casual. But my friend was like, how good he is on it's like on a Michael Jordan level.
Really?
That's how good he is,
dude.
Because he's an unbelievable pitcher and batter, and so they're like, it's like he's just nuts. Anyways, so we need to go. I need to go to Oz's mic.
Let's go to Oz's mic.
Thanks, guys. Sports.